My name's Terry Entler. I am the president and CEO of Healers Pet Care. A dog's paws get injured is one of the most common injuries a veterinarian sees. Dogs are pampered these days. They're in the house, they're walking around. One walk around the block and they'll come back with a torn pad. I decided to create our first product, Healers Medical Dog Booties, and a year later we took them to market. Extreme temperatures, heat, extreme ice, all that can damage a pad, as well as the chemicals on the ground, the salt and stuff they use to melt the ice. They get injured quite frequently, and you have to figure out ways to treat them or protect them in some way. Our medical dog boots are designed, one with a very high-tech medical grade material, much what they use in the human markets for human wraps when we are injured. It breathes, it wicks away any type of moisture that might build up around that wounded area, and it has some antibacterial properties so that it helps reduce any opportunity for infection. And it has a very high tensile strength hook on it, so it hooks, it grabs, and it stays where you put it. We have a gauze insert that fits right inside the boot. It's custom to that boot size. It has adhesive on the back so you can put it on the top or the bottom, and it has a non-adherent coating on it so it won't stick to the wound while it heals. So by using the gauze and the boot, you've just created a non-adhesive bandage that's very easy to apply, take on and off, and what's really nice is it's washable and reusable, and you can use it over and over again.
I was walking my dog Chewy down the street and she cut her paw on a piece of glass that was on the ground. So I took her to the vet and they gave her some bandages and that were very difficult to change, and she would always lick it and paw at it, and so I used one of the Healer Medical Booties and it was wonderful. She was able to play with me still, and she would run around and she didn't paw at it or lick it, and it was incredibly easy to change. But best of all, she didn't have to use one of those cones on her head.
After we created our first medical boots, we spent a year going around to the veterinarians and having them use them and test them. And the feedback that I had from the veterinarians is that they just loved them.
We at this veterinary hospital used Healers Dog Booties for a number of different reasons, and they work extremely well. The way they fit is just perfect.
Our next product that we created was the leg wrap, and we decided to create a leg wrap because the next most common injury is like a dew claw injury, or they might have you have a cut and scrape on the leg, or they have allergies so bad that they're licking their joints really bad. So you have to bandage that leg. What you've had to use up to this point is just wrapping it with gauze and vet wrap. And it can get very costly, and it's very difficult to stay on the dog's leg. So with our leg wraps, they hook as they wrap up, they're reusable, they won't slide down the leg at all. They have the gauze insert so it creates a non-adhesive bandage. They use the same technology as our medical boots. They breathe, they allow the proper airflow to the wounded area, and they wick away any type of moisture that might build up. And what's really great is they actually stay put. They also work with our medical dog boots. There are occasions where you may need to not only bandage the paw, but also bandage the leg, and by using both our medical dog boots and our leg wraps, they hook together and you can make one continuous bandage all the way from the paw all the way up the leg. They're designed in a way so that you can cut them to shorten them, or they'll hook together and make an even longer wrap if you need it. As a company, we are committed to you as a consumer to continue to create products that help you in the rehabilitation process for your pets, as well as protective devices to keep them from being injured.